He's good, isn't he? He's been dubbed the new Neymar by some, but could he be even better?
Potentially, yeah. But it's also, I don't like to say Neymar because I think Neymar, if you talk about Neymar in Brazil, I mean, he's top. But I tell you what I do love about it. I love that he brings that Brazilian flair, because for a number of years, I mean, when I go back, I've always been a fan of the Brazilian players. And for the last decade or so, the Brazilian flair started to kind of get less and less. But what I love about this kid is he has got that flair in terms of excitement, in terms of entertaining fans. You know, I grew up on the R9s and the Ronaldinhos and Rivaldo, Romario, superstars with flair, with efficiency. They'll kill you in terms of like their position, scoring goals. This kid, what I like about him is he's young, very, very young, but he's got the creativity. He can play 1v1. If you face him up, if he faces you up in terms of like in a wide area, his number one thought is, I'm going to go by you and create a chance. And then, like the Liverpool game, scored the winner. And I love that moment, because in the moment where he's not scared, you know, and you get the feeling that, you know, when this kid is on the ball, he's going to do something. And there's a handful of players where when they get the ball, you catch yourself almost like leaning forward. I love that feeling, because that's real football. Then there's a real football player, and he has that. I think he can be top. What I love is the manager says that we don't have to worry about him. He's going to continue his progression. He's got a long way to go to be one of the top players in the world. He's not quite there yet, but step by step, I think he can get there. He has high level potential.
Yeah, we heard high praise there from Mauricio about him. We know that Cole Palmer is out until at least next month. So how does he get back in while Estevão is playing like this?
The challenge will be to play them both, because it might be, I think when Cole Palmer got his injury, Estevão was probably on the bench, generally coming on. But we might have the scenario where by the time he comes back from injury, Cole Palmer, of course, he has to play. But you might have the both of them. Now, those two together, and I'm a big fan of Cole Palmer as well, and those two, creativity, goals, efficiency in the attack, you could have those two playing together. That would be dangerous for a lot of teams. But the challenge will be, how does he fit those two in? Because Neto's been playing well. João Pedro also he likes as well. So it's going to be big decisions if Cole Palmer comes back.
You mentioned Estevão's got a way to go. He's still only 18. Looking at Chelsea's average age, it's under 24. This notion of you can't win trophies with kids. These kids are looking all right, though, aren't they?
Do you know what? I've been very impressed by Chelsea in the last 8 months or so. I didn't believe that they could go and win the Club World Cup. They did that. Even against PSG, and we know how good PSG are. I don't believe that they'll win the Premier League, but they're contenders in terms of they'll challenge, but I just think they're too inconsistent right now. And I think what is going to knock Chelsea is the length of time they've played football. They went to the Club World Cup, probably didn't have a break, maybe a few days, gone to the Club World Cup, played over the summer. Then, you know, you're going to get injuries. They don't help themselves by getting a man sent off every game almost. That doesn't help. But you're seeing also injuries. Cole is out. Cole Palmer has picked up an injury. So some of their top players are picking up injuries earlier than probably you'd feel. You know, so I think those things are going to knock Chelsea, is their top players might be out for certain periods where it's critical for them to be fit.
Yeah, because actually only Manchester City on 17 goals have scored more than Chelsea, who are on 16 in the Premier League this season. So that will be interesting. No Premier League for them, you say, but, you know, we'll see.
Is Jarell Hato on the player? Have I seen a teenager like this? Yes, maybe Lamine Yamal, but I cannot name anyone else. Frank's still with us, but Ale, that's quite the statement, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think the best thing you can say is what Maresca said initially. as he was referring to Estevão and saying he has a good game and he doesn't show up the next day and being like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, that's right. I'm Estevão, baby. You know, you like me? I like me. Because if you are a veteran player or a player who has been around for a while and knows how difficult this profession is, you appreciate a young player who's as talented as Estevão is, that still shows up the next day and does his job as he's required to do and he's asked to do. That garners respect within the locker room, and I think it garners respect and appreciation from the coaches as well. And it can only allow him to continue to grow and mature. And as he does that, he can only get better. The future for Estevão is as bright can be. He's not quite Lamine Yamal status just yet, but he's well on his way.
Given that you did that so well, how Estevão could be going into the dressing room but isn't, I wonder if you could do how Frank Leboeuf might be going into the dressing room.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I won the World Cup, didn't I? Hey, the World Cup. Yeah, it's right here in my car. The World Cup.
So we're going to come to you on a bit of humility here, Frank, although I don't know if you're the perfect person for it. But when it comes to Estevão, it does sound as though he's doing all the right things off the field. We definitely know he is on the field.
Yeah, he has. Before answering to your question, let me answer to Mr. Moreno. The accent was very good. The character you're giving to the audience is not, because I've never been like that. It's just a show, and I just pretend to be who you think I am. Yes, I did win the World Cup, and I never showed off like that. I never showed off like that. Yes, yeah. But I'm sorry. That's something that I cannot forget and take out of my life. You know. So, but whatever. Estevão, I like him, and I love what the coach said. That's the main thing. When he talked about the humility, the family not being carried away by one goal, two good performances, and he's the best in the world, and he should get the armband and everything. We feel that something is good, something is solid in the background, and beyond all his talent, you have somebody who knows that he still needs to grow and learn many things. I would have loved, and I play alongside big players, young players like JT, like some others they were so good that you knew that something good was about to come, but on top of it, listen to the others, looked at how to be a real professional, watching Gianfranco Zola, watching Marcel Desailly doing the job. So that's what it is, and that's what I feel with Estevão, that the guy does the job, score, always thanks the guy who gave him the ball, always do the right thing, and ball again. That's perfect. I love it. Hopefully he's going to last long. Hopefully he's going to have a fantastic career, because so far he deserved it, but he's very young. And hopefully he's going to celebrate his birthday the right way.
You know, part of the issue, and I'm sure I speak for every single senior professional here.
You want to know who JT is?
No, I know who. I kind of can
But
guess.
you don't get to call him JT.
No, I don't.
Sorry.
I don't get. I have to call him Mr. Terry. I do.
Yes.
But I'm sure I speak for every single senior professional here. We have all seen talented youngsters that at times you see them in training and you think to yourself, I wish I had his raw talent. Then one game, one good article, and all of a sudden they show up differently and it comes crashing down. And so to see Estevão kind of go through and embrace what's to come, I think it's all players like to see that.
It's refreshing, Jack.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Head coach Enzo Maresca has been speaking to the media this morning. We can hear from him now.
Yeah, we don't have any new injury. Liam took part of the session yesterday with the team for the first time, so he's not going to be available for tomorrow game, but probably for the next one, yes.
So a little bit ahead of schedule, and that feels like quite crucial for you?
But the schedule also can change a little bit, depends how they improve or getting worse. In the first time they said to me that it could be available for the 25th of October. So today is 24th, 25th, so it's...
So, cup game next week, possibly?
Yeah. can be available.
Yeah. A lot was made on Wednesday about all your youngsters and the records that they broke and how many you had on the pitch. As a coach who's obviously coaching some players worth hundreds of millions and also the opportunity of coaching kids, what's the challenge in bringing those youngsters through and how do you approach it? And do you actually enjoy that side of it? You've got the ability to kind of mould these guys forevermore.
Yeah, I said after the game that it was a special night, especially for the club, for the fans, with so many young players. I said many times that they are all good players, talented players, and the main thing for me is just to try to help them day by day, how they can get better and better.